I had Marcellus Wiley on my show. Mm-hmm. He has very strong opinions about Kaepernick. He overall feels that Kaepernick just wants to be a martyr, that he's not really serious about playing in the NFL, or else he would have just said, all right, here's my shot. Let me go along with a few of these things here and there, but really get my shot and really show them what I could really do and actually get back in the NFL again.
It just kept snowballing, and it was getting greater in attention, but not really greater in terms of how things were working out with the intent focus on just the cause. And I'm not here to doubt the man's works. His Know Your Rights camp is amazing. A lot of people have camps that I respect and represent and always participate in. But this was bigger than just a camp. This was an opportunity to really leverage and monetize and materialize so many different allies and resources for those who are deeply affected by this. But I think all in all,
all of the extra switching to a high school field and not signing this and not doing that, to someone like a Wiley, it just feels like, okay, you weren't really serious about playing the NFL.
Yeah, he's wrong. Marcellus is wrong. I'll give you an example. There was a documentary on Nina Simone. Nina Simone.
I saw it.
Right. She ruined, or at the time, she took a big hit to her career by singing about what she was singing about and being political, right? She literally took money out of her pocket for the benefit of the race and being a voice and being a staple, being a thorn in the side of injustice and racism. So you have to pay attention because she's a star and we like her music. Hey, what's going on in America? You guys, shame on you, right? She needed to do that, and then they were like, oh, we got to shut her up. But then to find out all of her music is in hip hop, like so much of her music.
Oh, yeah. Kanye samples her stuff constantly.
Constantly, which keeps her relevant or keeps her music going. It's the energy. It's the energy that continues it. Him going down there doing it outside in his Nike gear, Wood guy showing he can be a starter, a backup, he should be in the league, was important. It was very important for him to do that if he really wanted to be in the NBA, if he really NFL. It was funny. He should have put a helmet on and did everything with a helmet on. And then nobody would have said jack.
Right.
And I kept saying it. Nah, they want to see him. They need the pitches. They need to get that. After getting a certain amount of pitches, if I was him, I would have put on pads and did all of the same stuff.
Yeah.
Proving I can get into it. But he said he wants to be a martyr. The difference is he already is. His name is solidified up there with Muhammad Ali, solidified up there with Bill Russell and with Jim Brown, with Muhammad Ali. Like, Kaepernick now is in that conversation, but still can play. Jim Brown didn't want to play. Jim Brown quit the year after because the owner talked to him like he wasn't worth it. So much money was lost by Kareem Abdul Jabbar. Bill Russell just walked away from what established. But Kaepernick literally made us pay attention. And when you say his name, it'll never be forgotten.
I agree. But I think at this point his NFL career is completely done. That's it. No more shots, no more tryouts.
But then they didn't want to give him a shot in the first place.
I don't know.
Then let me tell you why I know they didn't want to give him a shot. It would have happened in July, in August. I'm not putting him on the team.
It is late in the season.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
Right, it made no sense. Not like that, hey, we're going to bring this guy and he's going to take us in to win the pennant, like there's some baseball shit. That shit ain't happening. This is the NFL.
I feel you.
Right? So it was, if they really want him to get down, we'll see in March and April if they're letting him do some shit, come in and let's see.
Well, you mentioned Stephen A. Smith. Did you watch the Terrell Owens interview
No.
where he said that Max Kellerman is blacker than you?
You know what I was going to put too? I was going to send Matt's. Did I send it to you? His hip hop when he was rhyming.
Who?
Oh my God! I never showed you. You know he was a rapper.
Who?
Max.
Max Kellerman was a rapper. I ran into him on a flight.
Pull up Max Kellerman rapping.
Okay.
He had flow and everything. Are you kidding me? I never sent you that. Oh my God! Where do I have the?
Oh
Max?
wow.
Oh my God! He's
1994.
He's bananas.
Hold on, I'm gonna play a second of this.
Oh yeah.
You drunks sustain my cities, and a man who I hate, I pity him like a Branch Davidian. Got skills, got stamina, got hands of stone like the champ from Panama.
Doesn't even look like him.
No, that's what I remember that time we was having a hip hop concert. I said, you know what, Vlad, you're gonna have to let me go home, get into my crates, and then come back, because I know so many rappers that didn't make it.
Max Kellerman is clearly one of them.
Max Kellerman is.
Wow.
I know what T.O., it was a way of getting at Steven and hitting Steven. I think Steven speaks too fast now. I think he feels he has to be the voice of reason. And I think Max Kellerman, even the day after they had that tryout, when he goes, I think what you're just saying is asinine. I think it was an asinine statement. It's not. It's to take all the air out of the room, Steven, you were wrong for that. But Steven always had a problem with Kaepernick. He said, Sal's wrong. I can prove it. He didn't like his tattoos. I don't know about having all those tattoos. If you going in for a job, he said that. And I wanted to reach through the television and grab him.
In professional sports, you're going to talk about tattoos?
But at that time,
really? Well, what about
he was
LeBron?
like, I know what it did to Allen Iverson. Yeah, it made him Allen Iverson. Like,
Right.
that added to it.
Well, how many tattoos does LeBron have?
Now, if you don't have a tattoo,
It's weird.
you're the anomaly.
Right.
If you don't have it.
Yeah.
So, even then, like, people didn't understand.
Kobe had tattoos. Like
Kobe wound up not having tattoos and then had them.
Yeah, because of the whole cheating thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like his life flipped.
Yeah.
His life flipped. But I just think Steven.
Shaq has tattoos. Like all the biggest players have tattoos. Like,
Dennis and I got fined for having this tattoo outside of my jersey.
what's your tattoo?
A damn dragon that's this big. Right? And Dennis was like, what happened? I go, they fined me because it's outside of my jersey. And I didn't understand why we used to hide them, right? I got a spider here. He has something. AD had and I was wondering why we were putting them on places you can't be outside the uniform. I didn't know. And then I got this tattoo and I was like, this is ridiculous. It's my body, right? It's my body. But I just think Steven speaks too fast. I don't think he gets enough time to sit back and relax. And I don't think he has enough producers around him because he has to be the voice. It's a lot. I ain't gonna talk his money, but it's a lot of money a year.
He got a nice check with his 7-8 million. That's cool.
That's
cool.
Really cool for people on television.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's half of what David Letterman was making. That's a lot of dough.
Well,
to talk about some shit you don't have anything to do with.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a hell of a job. But he always has to be on. I think he needs 4 more producers, and I think he needs his producers because it has to be like Johnny Carson when he walks in. And it's another thing. He does 5 shows or 3 shows. He does too many shows. He's doing First Take. He's doing the Stephen A. Smith show. He's doing a radio show. I think he's doing too many shows to be an expert.
Well, my last conversation with Stephen A. Smith was not positive. Did I ever tell you about this?
No.
Okay. So, the Jordan party 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm there. The party's kind of winding down. So we're all waiting in line for the, the bus that was taking us down, back and forth to the parking lot.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting in line. I got my security with me. He's there by himself. Michael Jordan walks by and, says what's up to Steven. And, I guess he was feeling himself, whatever. So I turn around. I'm like, oh, Stephen A. Smith. And I do interviews for a living. So if I meet someone that I potentially want to do an interview with, I'm going to strike up a conversation. So I'm talking to him. I said, "Oh, I'm Vlad from Vlad TV." He goes, "Oh, okay." I showed him on the phone. I said, "Yeah, we cover you quite a bit." And his answer was like, "Yeah, everybody does." And it was like this moment where I'm like, well, not everyone has 3 million people a day that also tune in. Like I'm thinking this, like I'm not just some random blog here.
Right. We got some shit.
We got something.
We got what you got.
Yeah, like your network plays our stuff.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm like, and I was just so stunned by that answer. And I'm like, I got my security with me, who's got a gun on him, and he's by himself. And I'm like, I could really say something ignorant right now with no repercussions.
My point to you.
But I didn't say. I said
my point. That revenge.
Yeah.
It would have brought you no joy.
It would have brought me no joy, and I'm also, I'm invited to all the Jordan parties when, my man, Reggie Saunders at Jordan Brand has always treated me good. So for me to turn around and act like a jackass at a Jordan party was not something that I'm trying to do in my life. But I'm like, yo, man, like we're all working here. And he goes, and he's trying to, I get that. And he, I think he realized what he said was just like real, jackass like. And
egotistical.
We just sort of I'm like, all right, man, I just turn around. And I'm like, yo, that's some real asshole shit to just, someone who's actually telling you that they support you.
Also, Vlad, you got to admit, you were also ready for him to be an asshole.
Not so much.
No, a lot of people.
Not so much.
Like, people want Charles Barkley to throw him through a plane glass window.
Really? Not me.
I know, but some people,
not me, man.
Like they did Como. What's my man Como? Like they poked the bear. And
but I was not poking Stephen A. Smith. In fact, I was telling him that we're supporters of his brand.
Yeah, then he probably was just feeling himself.
Yeah. Like I said, Jordan just walked by and turn around to say what's up to him. Like
the king spoke to
the king spoke to him and not me. So I guess clearly I'm not as important as him. But it was really a very strange moment in my life where it was like, yo, like that was so unnecessary, so rude.
You see how it is though, being by yourself.
And here I've got a platform to talk bad about you now.
And
millions of people will listen to it.
But you're not that cat. And it's just, you got to understand, Steve, he's by himself. He's a solo artist.
Yeah.
He's a solo artist with no manager to take the light.
Yeah.
There's no flunkies over to go. So it literally, the good and the bad is on him at all times.
Because in my mind, the first thing I thought was, you're speaking really recklessly to someone that you don't know at all. You don't know what my temperament is. You don't know how.
But your environment, you were there. So he would think that you would vet it to be
in a Jordan party, I suppose. But here I am. I've got this big monster next to me with a pistol on him. Like,
right.
You're not speaking to a ball boy. Like
right.
you're speaking to someone who
right.
has a certain level of power and money and so forth. Like you're pissing someone off for no good reason.
Right.
You're creating an enemy out of the blue that you did not have 5 minutes ago.
It's all perspective on what it is, too. And understand, like I said to somebody, I said, just like LeBron needed a break and Carmelo's coming back and saying the break was needed, I think Steve, and that's the problem in television. You remember? Scott Stewart was the man. And Stuart Scott, was the man. And then when any chip or when he got sick and had to go to the hospital, then they got to fill the spot with the next guy.
Yeah.
Max and Steve we were on Best Damn Sports Show. And George Greenberg kept saying, Stephen A. Smith is a star, Stephen A. Smith. And he knew it. But, you catch him. Remember I told you, I can't wait to get Oakley. When Oakley come back out here, I'm calling you. We're doing an interview.
All right, over our little.
I'm bringing Oakley. Because you're going to be
experience.
like, you're a really cool guy. Yeah, you just caught me on a bad day.
Okay.
You just got him on a bad day. He's like the nicest dude in the world. You just got him on a bad day. Steven got an edge to him, but he also has to be on guard because a lot of people come at him like they know him. Like I told you, that guy I'm in Atlanta, and my man is the Lyft driver, and I can feel he wants to say something to me. He's like, whew, and the first thing he did is talk to me about you. And I was like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? It was like, and he had a feeling. And I was like, good, I'm glad you got a feeling.